SGC here, and we're back for a first impression. Angie Tribeca, Season 1, Episode 1. This is an American comedy TV series created by Steve Carell and Nancy Walls Carell. This series is basically a satire on the whole police procedural shows, and it stars Rashida Jones as Angie Tribeca. And as a first episode, it's interesting. I didn't know anything going in here because I saw an ad for this show during the Oscars and I was like, oh, Rashida Jones as a lead. It's great. I've missed her since Parks and Rec. It's great to see her come back and as a lead, so I definitely checked it out. And at first I was kind of like, whoa, what's happening here? There's this crazy ass montage in the beginning of her just training. When she's beating up this punching bag, all of a sudden her arms become super hairy and it clearly isn't her arm, but it doesn't addresses that. And then later on, then I realized there's a lot of things that's obviously a satire because it's Steve Carell, and also the Ford ads every time they drive a car is pretty funny. MacArthur plays her partner, and it was interesting as a first partnership. It's the whole on the record, no offense, whatever. There was a lot of chemistry, bouncing back and forth, foiling happening, interesting stuff. I mean, visually it's totally different and it addresses a lot of things in terms of just your typical sort of cop show. The beginning was totally hilarious in terms of when she got to the crime scene. The dead old lady was not even dead, and that sort of was a running gag for the entire episode when she showed up again at the morgue. And then interesting because I mean the gags here sometimes stretches a lot farther than it needs to, but it's just like really enforces that whole satire part. It's like the scene when Alfred Molina, who's playing the expert scientist, literally was like, we need to enhance this note. He puts it into a crane machine apparatus and they grab different things, and he's just trying to grab the piece of paper, and when it happens it enlarges the paper. I mean, it's interesting that it knows it can't take itself too seriously, but at the same time it seems like it's going pretty far with the whole satire thing, and I enjoy that too. And also the chase sequence where clearly there's a stunt double. It's chill, it knows what it is. So I really wonder how the rest of the season is. When it was first aired, it was a marathon of 10 episodes, and I'm glad that it got renewed as a second season because it's different. The fact that it's totally different, I appreciate it, and it's by Steve Carell. That was the surprise. The first episode was directed by Steve Carell himself. The other ones are different people, so I wonder if that's going to change in terms of just how it's paced and all that. But I enjoyed the first episode. It was fun, different, and totally know what it is and plays its strengths. Though I wonder if the whole satire thing will get old in 10 episodes, but I feel like it has its sort of charm itself. It's really like, it's really what's happening sort of vibe. You're just confused, like what? But as it goes on, you're just like, oh, you accept it that it is going to be what it is, and I'm actually fine with it. And yeah, I'm going to watch the rest of the season. Hope it's great, and we'll come back for a final impression. And that is pretty much it for this first impression for Angie Tribeca, Season 1, Episode 1. Out!